Hey everyone, Ankit Shukla here. You may notice something about me, that my skin complexion is a little bit on the dark side. You may have noticed that I'm Indian. Oh my god, you noticed I'm Indian? That's okay with me. Now, racism is not something I usually deal with a lot in the sense that I don't really discuss it a lot or pursue it or talk about it, study it. However, I recently started kind of delving into the whole racism topic when the whole Apu controversy broke on The Simpsons. And I felt I should have commented on it because me being Indian and someone who was never offended by Apu or thought he was a negative character, negative stereotype, and even a very, very lovable character, I felt that I should at least put my word in being Indian myself and having similar backgrounds to a lot of the people who were complaining about Apu. That being said, racism is a very, very serious issue, and it should be handled seriously and discussed honestly. However, when you start pinning everything on racism, whether how you're treated, how people may look at you, you know, all sorts of various situations, even maybe a simple joke, if we chalk up everything to racism, it really kind of diminishes the the seriousness of it. For example, is it racist to notice someone's race? I don't think so. As long as you don't treat that person differently, whether it's better or worse, simply because of their race. Yes, treating people better only because of their race is also a form of racism because you're showing, favoritism, or you're trying to, you know, um, I don't know how to describe it, but it seems like you're trying to overcompensate for something for some reason. It could be guilt or whatever, but nonetheless, it's not better to treat people better or worse simply because of their race. You should do that based on their character and how they treat you. You may have noticed I'm Indian, like I mentioned before, and guess what? I'm okay with that. It's not racist to simply notice someone's race. And now, again, if you treat them differently because you notice that, then that's an issue. But otherwise, no. Is it okay for you to ask me about my race and ethnicity and my background? Yeah, absolutely. As long as you do it in a respectful manner. I may feel kind of bad or guilty because I may not be able to tell you much. An American grown kid, I am quite Americanized, so a lot of things about my Indian culture I may not really know. But yeah, you can ask me, and I won't think less of you or think it's because of racism that you're asking me such questions. One of the things I hear people say all the time is, "Oh, well, I don't notice race. I just think we're the human race. I don't even see race." I kind of question those kind of people because, I find it very hard to believe that if I was standing next to one of my white friends, that you would not notice that, hey, I'm obviously a different ethnicity. Now, what those people may mean to say, who are I feel are well intentioned, they probably mean that, hey, I don't ever think about treating you any differently because of your race. Again, whether it's better or worse. That I could understand a little bit better. But here's the beauty of the country we live in, and even the world. We all come from different cultural backgrounds, ethnic backgrounds. We're all different races, and that all gives us different experiences. Basically, no matter where we grow up, and that's a beautiful thing because we can all learn from each other. I love learning about other cultures, and I love the fact that hey, people can learn and appreciate my own background, and that's a beautiful thing. So the fact that, oh, simply noticing a person is a different race than you is all of a sudden racism, that's just ridiculous. As long as you don't, again, treat someone differently simply because of their race, we're all good. If you are respectful, you're kind, you're a compassionate person, and you're, authentically and genuinely want to learn about another person's race, culture, religion, whatever it may be, ethnic background, the country they came from, and you're filled with knowledge, which I am. I love traveling. Those of you that may know me, I love to travel. And when I'm traveling, I love to find out as much as I can about the particular culture of that country. When I meet someone and that may be a different race than me, I notice, and if once I feel comfortable approaching the matter, I love to ask about it. I love to learn more about their background, where they came from, and their whole view on the world. I think it's a beautiful thing. So no, simply noticing a person's race is not racism. If you notice that I'm Indian, that's okay. I've come to become very proud of my heritage, my background, and what my parents accomplished and did, and what many other Indian people in this country and around the world have accomplished, and the reputation that they've created for themselves. I'm very proud of that. I was always, as a kid, sometimes ashamed of it, or sometimes ashamed of my heritage because I didn't understand it much. And at that time, there weren't a lot of Indian people or Indian kids around me. So I always felt a little bit out of place because of that. But as I've grown and I've seen the Indian culture, really, you know, entwine itself with so many cultures around the world. For example, yoga, Indian food, henna tattoos, where you can find basically anytime you go to a festival, you can find a stand that's performing henna tattoos. That's all a beautiful thing. So really, Indian culture has really incorporated itself around the world beautifully and peacefully, and people just seem to love the Indian culture. And I found that to be a great thing. So yeah, please, it's okay that you notice I'm Indian. I'm fine with that. And please ask me if if you feel comfortable. Again, I may feel a little bad because I don't always know the answer, but hey, if you ask me respectfully, I can certainly give you and tell you what I know for sure. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you found this video informative. I always like to put a little caveat on videos like this. My particular beliefs may not be followed by others, so I don't know how questions like that may be received by other people, but I hope that it's received in a positive way. As long as you're being respectful on your end, I don't see an issue with it. Anyways, thanks guys for watching my video. Please like and subscribe and share this video with as many people as possible. I hope you guys all have a great evening, and it's the holiday seasons are coming up, so have a happy Thanksgiving, Merry Christmas, or whatever other holiday you may celebrate during this time. You guys all have a great evening.